Alright guys, I'm back. So this video, I started this video of me chopping down the sides and I got a phone call. I'm recording with my phone, and so anyway, that's going to be lost. But so here's the result of what I have done so far. I've kind of knocked down the sides a little bit. This is a piece of cherry. I'm going to make a little, I call them like tasting spoons or whatever, teaspoons, whatever you want to call it. And I've just pretty much finished the bowl of where I want it. It's pretty small. When this is complete, the sanding will, um, finish it up a little bit. Let's see something here. So I think what I'm going to start on next is just see how that looks there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Sanding it'll look a lot better, of course. I think what I'm going to do next is start. I don't think I'm going to do any axe work, but I'm going to start just kind of shaping it a little bit, and we'll see how that turns out. It already has kind of like a natural curve in the wood, so try to utilize that in the handle. And we'll just kind of see what happens here. Hopefully that can be seen. Do some axe work. I think I will. This wood is pretty hard, so I'm gonna cut it here, and I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna use the axe a little bit. I wasn't gonna do it, but I think I will. I'm just gonna try to knock these corners out with the axe, and up here, knock it out with the axe. So, be right back. Oops, sorry. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, again, I wasn't going to do it, but I will. I'm going to knock these corners out. Straighten out the handle a little bit. Maybe knock some of this bark off. Showing some of the detail in this wood. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah. Really, axe safety, right? It's between my legs. It's awesome. Don't know how well you can see, but doing the usual, knocking off the corners, got to be a little careful, more careful than usual, just because this is such a such a small piece. I don't want to damage it, but just to save a little bit of time, you know, I like to use the axe a little bit. There we go. Get rid of those little stop cuts there. This one's going to be a beauty too. Let's see here. So we're getting there. I got some of the corners off, and you know this can be done with the knife too, but. It's good practice. Get under here a little bit. Get the neck. All right, guys. So I'm gonna just kind of play around with this a little bit more. Basically, I'm going to remove the material underneath here, and just to hopefully start to give it some more shape, clean up the handle underneath, give it a little swoop there, and when I come back, I'll do some carving with this. We'll see. All right, I'm back. I didn't really remove too much more material. I'm just going to start working with the knife now and just kind of play around with, again, the handle. Turn this over a little bit here. Make sure you guys can see. Okay. What I may try to do with this one, which I've been doing recently, is I just call it kind of creating a spine where the wood kind of meets, and it has like a I just call it a spine. That's pronounced. It's just purely aesthetics. I think it looks nice. Occasionally I'll do that, and I think I may do that with this guy. I think that'll look really nice, especially with this wood. This wood is so beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah, cool. This takes a lot of time. Gotta definitely have to be patient. Why these things take so long to carve. So I'm just going to continue working on this, and then of course I'll come back when I have more completed. Alright guys, I think I'm going to be finishing this up. I was working on this for a little bit, and I think I'm pretty close to where I want to be. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I have done. I added, I guess, a little finial. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. It's a little high. I did one before where it was a little bit more flush. There's just like a subtle detail to it. There are some wormholes in this. The wood is structurally, it feels pretty good, so I'm not worried about those little wormholes. I think it just adds character. The overall shape, I like it. A lot of these, sometimes these spoons, they grow on me. Again, a lot of the stuff that I do is improvised. Again, I have a template. I'll draw it out or freehand it, and hopefully you guys can see. Okay, and in the middle of it, maybe I'll change exactly what I'm going to do. Now, initially, I wasn't going to add. I don't even know if you can even see it on here, but kind of add like a spine here. It's hard to tell on camera, but and it just adds a little bit of design. Again, I don't really do, fancy, I guess, if you will, carving, but I like these things to be used and not just looked at, if at all possible. So I'm pretty much there. I'm not going to show the finished product because I have at least one more spoon to do tonight, and I'm just not going to have time to sand these and then have that on video. So I'll just carve a little bit here. Let me see where we're at for the video. Oh, that's not too bad. I'll just kind of talk, think out loud here and just kind of give you my thoughts on exactly what I'm thinking about while I'm carving these. Just trying to get these sides here to kind of bring that spine together. And all the while, I'm just kind of feeling, even though I have gloves on, I can still feel how thin it's getting here. It's actually pretty good. It's probably about as close as I want to be. Just going to kind of outline the neck here a little bit, or just touch that up a little bit here. Let's see. Literally just using the knife as a scraper at this point on certain parts of it. And I think that looks pretty good for what it's going to be. I think I'm pretty happy with this. It's a little thick here, but it's just kind of bowed, which is cool. Bring it out a little bit. It just had a natural bend in it, and I just kind of went with that. So I think I am pretty happy with this. Just when you feel like you're done, I think that's when you probably should stop, because it's very easy to, take off a lot more. So you can kind of see the spine there, kind of, there's like a point here, and it kind of runs down to about right here, and then the rest of it's kind of rounded, and it's a little flat here. And this isn't sanded yet, so it'll get a little rounded in some spots, but I think this is about done. I'm pretty happy with that, and I can just kind of envision what it's going to look like when it's sanded. So I'm just kind of cleaning up certain spots here. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's going to look really nice when it's sanded. Going to define this spine a little bit more. Okay, I can live with that. This is going to be really beautiful when it's sanded. I mean, this is going to be, let me just feel this in my hand. Oh, that actually feels really good. It feels really good. I could see if somebody wanted to eat, use this as a spoon for their baby or their child. It has some length. It feels pretty good. It's flat here, so you can get a kind of get a grip on it. It's nice and thick here, so it's going to be strong on the neck. And I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm liking this. A finial, man, I'm not really sure.